All right. Just seeing this new setup, I don't know what's going on. It's been so long. So let me just check out if things are all going according to plan here. Let me know in the comments if you can see me. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's 2021. It's almost February. I haven't done a show since the 21st of October. This is madness. So let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. But a little bit of housekeeping notes. That was stressful. I'll get into that before we get going. But subscribe to Papa G's House. Do your thing. And follow the social media accounts. I don't even know what they are. At Papa G's House for most of them. So follow Papa G's House. Click subscribe currently while you're on this page. And we'll get this party started. Wow, that was stressful. Holy cow. That's where we're going. Back in your lives, in your ears, and in your face. Welcome to another episode of Papa G's House. I think it's episode 68 or something to that effect. It's been a long time since I've done a live stream. It's been a long time since I've uploaded anything. It's been a long time since I've seen people. This is crazy. But thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much who all is listening. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in the chair. It's been a long, dusty road for me in the last couple of months, but we'll get into all that and stuff. I just can hear way too much of myself right now, so there we go. That is much better. So welcome to Papa G's House, episode 68. Like I said earlier, the last time I did a show was the 21st of October. That's almost 3 months. We're on the 19th of January 2021, and it's been a crazy 3 months for me. I was actually listening to Talk to Trev podcast earlier today, and Rick told him that Rick Shields Sundergeist, that's another guy that we'll be talking about later, said to him that Garrett's been busy going through alterations for his house, but when I thought it was going to be doing a couple of things to the house, I never knew the amount of stress and anxiety and anger and all kinds of emotions would get to you, would get to me. And it's been rough. It's one thing after the next. It's issue after issue. It's dollar after dollar, rand after rand. It's been an incredibly testing couple of months for me. But as you can see, I've kind of got like a makeshift vibe behind me. I used to have the recliners. Those have now subsequently become my living room chairs because I'm living in bliss right now, but it was a hard journey to get there. But anyway, enough about me. I had such a stressful situation now. I mean, setting up, I've done multiple screen tests. I hope you can see I have new gear. I've got a new camera, working some new lights, and not forgotten about the podcast once since I have stopped uploading stuff. I've always wanted to improve and get better and learn the tech a little bit more and learn about, compression and but it does get a bit consuming, and then it ended up turning out to feel like a bit of a job. I know it is kind of like a job now, but like it's not. It's supposed to still be a hobby, and that kind of like another thing. I've changed my focus a bit. It's something that I'm still working on, but I still want to do this for fun. I don't want to make this a job and all that kind of stuff. And towards the end of last year, it just felt like I was just trucking on because I was trucking on. And I think a lot of the coronavirus situation had a lot to do with it, where I just lost motivation for everything. I'm still lacking a lot of motivation to do a lot of things like exercise. I'm becoming the fattest fucker ever. But that all comes with time. It's one thing after the other. And I think I never thought that this lockdown situation would necessarily get to me, but it did get to me to a certain extent, especially, I mean, for the first week that I did the alterations. I slept on this studio floor right here behind me on the floor. It was so hot. I think it was one of the hottest days of summer as we were getting into summer, and we hadn't kind of like climatized yet to it. And it completely and utterly killed me because this house was full of dust. There was dust. I mean, this whole house was basically absolutely gutted. And I put on a fan to keep cool, and what did it do? It just circulated dust, and I would breathe that shit in every night, and I ended up coughing blood for 4 days. So that was something else. My mother was convinced I had COVID, but I didn't think I did. But I mean, I was just stuck in this room for basically 6 weeks, which was hard. I feel like I'm giving you guys a life story, but I haven't seen you guys for a while, so stick around and we'll talk about some cool shit. But it's been a while, and I just feel like I need to pour my emotions out into this mic, and because I feel like I'm with you people. I see some people in the comments. I'll say what's up to you guys now, but like at the end of the day, it's good to be back. It's good to be able to walk freely in my house. It's good to be able to look at a brand new camera to say this was an investment to make the show progress and get better. It's like I said earlier, I've never forgotten about the show. I really want the show to carry on, and I want it to be more of a hobby. I don't want to do, I just want to communicate with you guys, discover new music, appreciate South African music, and connect, make people connect. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about today in terms of the music and all that kind of jazz, but I just thought I'd get that off my chest. Lots has changed in my life, and now we are starting a fresh chapter. This is Papa G's House 2.0. Let's put the past behind us and move forward. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's just say hello to a few people in the chat. What's up, Josh? Sounding good, looking good. Yeah, I mean, I was getting some audio issues and all that kind of stuff. I hope I'm not jumpy on your guys' side. That would be a travesty. I'm on the last of my whiskeys that I have. Patrick, what's up, dude? Hey, looking and sounding good. Thank you so much, dude. Good to see you. Hey, happy New Year to you, Leanne Kenny. Yeah, I can't wait till you take some cool pics at a live show again with us. Camera and lighting looks good, man. You look like Joe Rogan. Oh man, just need to shave the head and stop wearing a cap, but yeah, he tackles topics that I would never ever in my wildest dreams want to talk about. Just doesn't have the 10 million with Spotify, huh? So that's Jared Ronenberg. He's going to be joining us on the show a little bit later, if God willing, because we did a little bit of a test, and things seem to be a little bit jittery. So if things aren't jittery now, it's all good. Lone Wolf, Trevor OP, hello folks, good to have you back, bud. Dude, great podcast with Rick Shields, Sundergeist. Guys, if you haven't gone and subscribed already, go subscribe to Lone Wolf Media or Trev OP Lone Wolf on YouTube, and on go like the page on Facebook. Keep up to date with some very cool interviews. I'm so glad that there are other people doing it. It's fantastic. I mean, I feel like the age of podcasts has not really even hit South Africa yet. I think it's well ahead in the States and stuff. So keep going, Trev. You're doing a great job. I see you're partnered up with SA rock and metal fans and stuff like that. So keep going, bro. That's the only way we're going to get this music and our very, very talented artists out there. Been too long. How's it, all the peeps? Yeah, man. So it's been, let's put the past behind us. I have a couple of notes of things that I wanted to chat about this evening, on the show this evening. Oh, geez, I sound so formal. The one thing I let's start on the negative note. Not that we didn't start about my whole life story a couple of minutes ago, but the one thing that about COVID-19 that I want to stress to people is that, like, you don't know when it's in front of you. And I know it's been on everybody's news feeds and stuff like that for now. I just want to tell you a little bit of story, what happened to me over this tumultuous period. I mean, it is the 19th of January 2021, and I have not seen anybody since the 1st. I was forced to isolate, where all I had planned for Christmas and New Year was just to chill, play video games with my boy Josh Grady. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'll tell you about our little escapades with Mr. Josh Grady, former drummer of With Dawn. It's been so much fun. I don't want to digress, but is the fact that I chose one person. I said, I'm going to just play video games, and I've got a very small, tight-knit group of mates, and I said, I'll just chill out with one person. That person happened to have COVID. Luckily, I dodged the bullet and was not symptomatic or anything, and I didn't go anywhere for 14 days, which is now extended to 19. But it was just a lesson that I learned to say, it can be in front of you whether you like it or not, and whether you know it or not. So my main message is just keep on being safe out there. The numbers are dropping, things are stabilizing. Keep doing your bit, because as soon as we get a little bit complacent, then boom, we're back to square one again. So that's my little message. Boom, out of the way. The one thing I really wanted to chat about is the struggle getting this damn live stream going again, because in the short period that I have not been doing live streams or podcasts, this whole system has changed. They've changed YouTube, they've changed OBS. It's almost like I had to relearn how to do this stuff, and that proved to be rather difficult. But with the new outlook, patience is a virtue, and it'll get you everywhere. Another thing is I haven't really been listening to all that much music. I put in the title here, album of the year. I want you guys in the comments, or contact me directly. I didn't mention that you must email me your submissions to papaghouse@gmail.com. There's no S, papaghouse@gmail.com, and I will feature your stuff on the live chats. But I completely forgot. Oh, limited time. I had to relearn this whole thing. So I want to know what your album of the year is for you, because there's only one album that has really stood out for me this entire year. Obviously a little bit of recency bias involved, but I want to know from you guys what your favorite albums of the years albums of the year are, because I want to discover new music. I've had no time to listen to music, or if I'm trying to listen to music, I've got banging or drilling or sawing or some shit going on, and it's been driving me fucking up the wall. So I'm about ready to start listening to some new tunes today. I was chatting to my mate Josh Grady, who's in the chat, to say we need to listen to one album a day. I think one album a day might be a bit excessive, but maybe 2 albums a week is more so achievable for me. So we'll see. Josh, that's a good idea, but one a day is hectic. That's like an hour of your day. I suppose you can do it while you work out, which is something I also need to do. Fuck. But yeah, so another thing that I really wanted to address today is Summerfest. It's around the corner. Get your vibe on with Summerfest. Get involved with the Discord. Save the date on Twitch. Save the date on YouTube. These are our best artists that are using their limited resources at the moment to put on a show. Be it virtually, but they are putting on a show. So do yourselves that good favor, because I've seen snippets of what you're gonna see, and it's good. It's very good. So I would not miss that. Some killer bands on there. We're gonna go into the details in a bit of Summerfest. I'm gonna pull up the page. We're gonna go through this all together, and we're gonna educate obviously I need to educate myself, but I'm gonna educate you too. On Summerfest. Oh, we got Trev saying Summerfest due to the podcast today with Patrick, and we talk plenty about it. So go there, and we're gonna do go to Trev OP's YouTube page, listen to that interview, and then you can take it from like a fan perspective here, where we'll look at what the website says and all that kind of stuff, and who the lineup is and all that jazz. But before getting to that, and also we're going to have a little chat to Jared in a bit, but I'm getting dry mouth, man. Cheers, guys. I mean, I know there's an alcohol ban. Whoever dabbles in that fine liquid, don't worry. It's not going to last forever. And my stash is running out if it makes you feel any better. But at the end of the day, it's not going to last forever. I think they're going to sort that out soon, because at the end of the day, it's the economy. It's a large part of the economy. It's a big seller. For me, this whole coronavirus thing has been so tough, because I agree with certain principles, and I disagree, and I agree with other principles that are contradictory to those. And just for me is economy, sell things, economy good. Don't sell things, economy bad. So it's essentially we need to eventually have the sale of alcohol back. And I feel so sorry for the hospitality industry right now, and the live events industry. It's just these are these people's livelihoods, and they are struggling out there. So spare a thought for the people who are greatly affected economically in this regard. So we love you guys, and hopefully this is not going to last too much longer. I mean, too much longer is how long is a piece of string, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But then the thing that I wanted to discuss before we go into Summerfest is the SAMMAs. I had the honor of being a part of the panel, the judging panel for the SAMMAs, and I've known of the SAMMAs since I joined the local scene in about 2014, and I must say it was an honor and a privilege to be a part of it. And I'm here to debunk some things that I may have heard years ago. Maybe I haven't seen anything recently, but at the end of the day, what a well-oiled machine it is. It is most certainly an award. If you win, it is most certainly something that you have earned, because there is such a process in getting to that decision that I didn't know was actually possible, of actually making it that legit of a process, of literally taking an oath. And when I was doing my personal reviews as a judge, I took that shit so seriously, because I know what it means to certain people. And it wasn't like, for me, I'm lazy at the best of times. I mean, I haven't done a podcast in 3 months. I could have, sort of made an effort to do it, but it's also a frame of mind and all that kind of stuff. And I made sure that when I was sitting in front of my PC going through spreadsheet after Google, freaking whatever you call them. It is one of the most legit processes I've ever been part of, and it's almost impossible to cheat the system. So any sort of favoritism and all that kind of stuff that I've seen in past years, it's impossible. It is literally and figuratively impossible. You know, I have my certain tastes in music. There are certain music genres that I, you know, do not specifically familiarize myself, I do not, you know, listen to a lot of. So that's why they have a panel of judges, because then, you know, at the end of the day, there becomes a personal thing. But you cannot cheat the system. It's too tight. And if you had to cheat the system as a panel, as a part of the panel, you'd probably have far too much guilt to deal with it. So you would be forced to be honest. But all I can say is, well done to Sash, well done to Claire, and all the people, and Patrick, and everybody who are involved in the SAMMAs and have put in all that work to do, you know, get the trophies made, organize the venue, especially during COVID times, you know, doing everything that they can just to make sure that there is legitimacy in the local scene. So take that into consideration. I think it is extremely important. And my last point about the SAMMAs is it's an absolute privilege for people who like this type of music and enjoy their genres, their heavy genres, because it's underground. You know, I don't like to say that, but it is an underground, you know, scene. The SAMMAs is somewhere where you can find new music. Just for instance, if you want to go look at some, if you want some new music, and if you want it to have a local flavor and from local musicians, just go to M4A website and look up the top 5 of every category. So that's another thing that you can take into consideration, and it's earned. So what I wanted to do is I did want to go through the top 5 and the winners. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to pull up the screen, and I'll let y'all see it as well. I don't know what. Yes, because I had to restart my bloody PC. Let's see what quickly. I've just seen some new comments here. Thanks for the shout out, man. Totally appreciate it. Podcast will be out Thursday. Sweet. So Patrick Davidson's podcast with Chef Opie is going to be out Thursday at 8 a.m. Fuck yeah, baby. Get it on. And then we can check the super interesting insight, guys. Thanks for sharing. Shot, brother. It was really amazing. Hell yeah. Okay, let's go to metalforafrica.com. This is how I want this podcast to do. And also another thing I was talking about is I kept on worrying, like, oh, what's the best time for everybody to do this, you know, for this podcast to be regular and stuff. You know what? The best time to do it is when I want to do it. So they're going to be different times. They're going to be different days. It's going to be whenever I'm in and whenever it's on, basically. And I want to do a lot more of these live chat situations with you guys so it can be more conversational. And then another thing that we're going to chat about is pre-recorded versus live. Just off the bat, I've been weighing up so many things of what is better for me. Do I pre-record these interviews or do I do them live, and etc. etc. So my solution is I'm going to do both. I'm more likely going to do the what do you call the live streams, live chats and stuff solo. I will have a guest on from time to time, but you know, at the end of the day, it's up to the guests when they're available, what the most suitable time is. Get that done, get it up for you guys to listen to, and I will premiere it so I can be there in the chat with you guys. Boom. Do you think that's cool? You cool? Are you guys cool with that? I think it's a pretty good deal. Hey, at the end of the day, as long as I'm doing it right. Okay, let's check it in. The results are out. SAMMA's 2020 results. Okay, so which one should I do? Should I do this guy? Boom. Okay, let's do that. All right. Actually, I want to, before doing that, let me get rid of that quickly. Before doing that, I actually want to go before the results because I want to talk about the top 5. I think that's fair because the top 5 all deserve mention as well. I'm sure we will have an article right here somewhere. Please excuse me while I take a sip of my fine liquid. I've been watching too many Conor McGregor interviews. Holy shit. Speaking of which, he's back this weekend. Let me see if I can actually route it down to SAMMA search. What a beautiful website, I must say. They've done a really good job revamping this website, so we'll get to that as well. There we go. There we go. Top 5 for each category. Okay, so let's do this. Oh shit, wrong one. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. That guy. Or browser? Nope. Main guy. There we go. All right, so the top 5. Oh, there's my picture with the rest of the judges. All right, so the best music video. The finalists were All We've Known, Burn, Deadline, Break the Silence, High Wraith, Lucid, Soms Wen die Wolf, Wolf, hoe laat is dit? And then Valverdinho, Niope, I think that is the correct way to pronounce it. Then best album was, well, obviously, first of all, let's talk about All We've Known, great band from the Eastern Cape. Let's actually do this. No, actually, never mind. We'll stick with that. All We've Known, great band from the Eastern Cape. Great dudes. Played a couple of shows with them. Great metalcore vibes. If you dig that kind of breakdowns, some clean vocals with some very, very cool harsh vocals, smash some All We've Known from PE. Deadline, Break the Silence. Dudes have been killing it. Absolutely killing it. There we go. No, man. They've been killing it. Oh, there we go. I've got the wrong ones. I've got All We've Known at the top of both of them. So the best album was All We've Known, Dissidents. What a great listen, guys. That's what I was saying. Go to PE, Metalcore Boys. Too good. Soms Wen die Wolf was a band that was new to me. Some very intriguing music. I loved it. And I didn't know of them before, so check them out. High Wraith, we've actually sat down and chatted before. They're great band. Their video for Lucid was really, really cool. They actually, I think it had Jade from Riddle Break as a guest on that. Then best album, Rough Magic, The Burning. That was another band that I'd never ever heard of. Go check out The Burning. They are such good fun to listen to. Voltamada, and then Valverdinho again. So I'm not gonna. I don't know about the pronunciation of some of them, so I'm just gonna avoid it. Best EP, ATFN, Reverence, Bullet Script Enemy, Robin Ferguson, Alizarian. Sunken State, Enter the Grey. That was one that really grabbed me for sure. And then Valverdinho. Best single was All This For Nothing Again, or ATFN. Existence, Deadline, High Tops and Bullet Belts, High Wraith, Lucid, Truth in Its Burden, Surfacing. Just another very emotional band. That write very emotional music. Ashley and the boys from Truth in Its Burden. And then once again, Valverdinho getting in the mix for sure. Jeez. But those guys are killing it, eh? That's another thing that we wanted to chat about. I wanted to chat about a little bit later is merch. Yeah, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Then best newcomer, Human Nebula. I was lucky enough to see Human Nebula in at Ramfest, Cape Town. They absolutely blew me away. phenomenal sound. They just sounded huge. Great sound, clear. They just play their set with a purpose. It was an amazing set to watch at Ramfest this year. Or last year, March. Last of the Daggers, Soms Vendi Wolf again, Sunken State, Voltamata. Love Voltamata dudes. They're great fun. I've played a couple of shows with him in the past. The best festival was Halloween 2019, Pirate Fest 2019, Ramfest 2019, and then you get Winter and Summerfest. Best club event was Brochella, Ginger, Spawned Fest, the Wacken Metal Battle, or Wacken. Jeez, that feels like forever ago. And Weird Boner 3, Deadline, Facing the Gallows, High Wraith, Rough Magic, The Color Blue for Best Live Act. Jeez, there are a lot of categories as well. I didn't realize. ATFN, Bullet Script, Deity's Muse, Far From Who We Are, and The Color Blue for Best Alternative. And then the Best Old School Metal Band, Deadline, Rough Magic, Soms Vendi Wolf, Sunken State, and The Burning. Really go check out The Burning. I mean, obviously all these bands, but The Burning I never knew of, and they're super fun to listen to. Best Extreme Metal Band, Bleeding Spawn, Facing the Gallows, Imperious Vision, Raksha, and Velvedinia. Some greats. Would I call Facing the Gallows extreme? It's an interesting one, but be that as it may. Best Progressive Band, High Wraith, Human Nebula, Oh God, Riddle Break, and Robin Ferguson. Robin's stuff is so awesome as well. High Wraith, Human Nebula, and Riddle Break. Gareth Reed is in all three of those bands. That's crazy. Best Photo, Black Pistol by Divitman. Hopefully that's the one. Kilkenny by Devil Speak by Kilkenny, Facing the Gallows by Wade Flowerday, High Wraith by Crystal Duvenacher, and Thread of Omen by Kilkenny as well. Kilkenny killing it. She's killing it. Deadline for Best Design, Forsaken Fate, High Wraith, Rough Magic, and Velvedinia. So that was the entire top 5 of every category. I really wanted to do that just because the 4 other people, they deserve mention because they were fighting for top spot. Or, I mean, let's not say fighting for top spot. I think it's a little bit dramatic. But you know what I mean, right? So just going to get to the winners quickly. Let's see what the chat's. I must be getting torn apart in the chat here. Let's see. Super interesting. So cool with that. Yes. So great to have Papa G in our lounge. Yeah, baby. I'll have your husband on shortly. Lauren Ronenberg. What's up? Okay. And then the results. Let's hit the results quickly. Tell me if this is going well, guys. It's the first podcast back in 21 and I'm reading from a webpage. But I wanted to do this. This is all for a purpose. All right. So there's Robin collecting her, I think it was from last year. All right. So let's see if you can, let me know if you guys can see it nicely as well in that little block. Best music video went to High Wraith. There was a lot of effort that went into that, just from my personal opinion. Just the way it was shot. It followed a storyline. There was some twists, some turns. I just thought it was a very engaging video. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Best album, Velvedinia, Mob Justice. I mean, these guys are really, they're killing it in terms of merch. They're killing it in terms of their music, touring. I wonder, I mean, it must be hectic for them as well. I mean, because they live according to a touring schedule. How this last 12 months has played out for them, because obviously they were meant to go to Australia, or I don't know if they went to Australia or whatever. We'll catch up with Chris Zen, because he's got a solo album coming out. He's got a whole bunch of things going on. So it'll be cool to catch up with him. I see he's also doing more competitions where writing riffs and stuff. And now there's a new DAW integrated tube amp. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Best EP, Sunken State, Into the Grey. Just fantastic listen, guys. You need to really just go and check out Into the Grey by Sunken State. I think there was some clip, I think it was from Rampfest, where I saw a little clip of Sunken State, and it's them going from a riff into a breakdown. And then I realized, shit, A, this music is insanely cool. And then B, there's only one guitarist, and they're making all this amazing sound. And then another thing I noticed is that their drummer has just, he plays with all the feel, finesse, and style. Just a really stylish drummer. And they got a nice a view of him as well. In that clip. So I think it was from Ramfest. So go check out their page, and you'll probably see a good lot of their stuff. But definitely go check out their EP, Into the Grey. Fucking blew me away. Best festival, Ramfest 2019. Hell yeah, I wasn't there, so that's unfortunate, but I believe that. Best club event, Brochella Presents Attila. That one I was, and that was probably my best day of 2019. That was my favorite day of that day. The 15th of June, 2019. Oh, the 14th of June. Actually, the whole weekend was insane because it was the 14th and the 15th, and then on the Friday, I opened for Attila with Atlantic South in Johannesburg, with Red Helen, Riddle Break. There was one more. Red Helen. Oh, and us. And then the Saturday, flew back to Cape Town, and I supported Attila again with Ill System and Treehouse Burning, and I can't remember the other bands. By then, I was just like, I woke up and cracked a beer on the Saturday. It was a rough day. Yeah, that's some memories. We got some videos of that shit as well. Hopefully it'll come out some stage. I don't know, because that's just golden. Some golden footage coming from the Atlantic South camp. Best live act, Facing the Gallows. Can't deny it, man. Can't deny it. I've seen these guys time and time again, and never gets boring. That's when you know you really like a band, because you can watch them start to finish and not even want to turn around and go to the bar. Then Deity's Muse, best alternative band. They're also killing it, man. Fucking tours left, right, center. Great music, great vocals, left-handed guitar playing. It's still, and being able to sing at the same time. Wayne is a machine. Best old school metal band, Deadline. I saw that coming because they're so much fun, so much entertainment, great music, and they're going old school, man. That's amazing. They Cathedral Point, check it out. Best extreme metal band, Vulvodynia. Best progressive band, Oh God. Best best photograph, Facing the Gallows, Wade Flower Day, and then best design, Vulvodynia. Listen, what a success! If you think of the year, and you never thought of what would come. Doesn't it make you think back and appreciate that we've got all this music? It's in the greater scheme of things, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 categories, but that's a lot of variety. We should be thanking our lucky stars. We should be getting this music out there, people. What don't people understand? And that brings me to my final point, is that the SAMMAs and Metal for Africa, everything these guys are doing is important, and it should be appreciated. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not like just, okay, I suppose I'm not setting up a couple of lights and sitting down, but it's a lot of work. And don't forget the work that goes into making these videos, getting these albums tracked, produced, mixed, mastered, artwork, just time, not free time. It's time that these people spend to create something that they love. So it's very important that if you're a solid fan of music, go check out, first of all of this is on the Metal for Africa website, which you can just access, metalforafrica.com. And then support the bands. It's very important. You know, when a band says, like our video and share it, like the video and share it if you like it. You know, that's a lot of things. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. I'll watch a podcast. Say, for instance, I was guilty of it today. I watched Trev's podcast, thoroughly enjoyed it. I shared it, but I didn't like it. I'm going to go back and like it. It's those things kind of count for bands and stuff nowadays. But that takes me to my final thing is I think people are not taking advantage of merch. I know we're in tough times, and I know we're, stricken. We're space stricken, or we're restricted in terms of space. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go to a shop, right, in my local area. If I see a Fallen Prophets t-shirt, I'll be like, oh, where did I get that from? And you go, oh, Fallen Prophets, go check out Facebook, selling merch. I think everybody is not capitalizing at this time. There are 4 members in a band. You put a couple of, designs together, you get them printed, you keep them in your house, and then you advertise them to go. The merch is as important as the music for me these days. So I don't understand why I'm not seeing. There are certain bands that are killing it with merch. I mean, there's also, everybody needs to go check out Sit the Folk Down Studios. They have now got a display stand. Just one. Okay, obviously Velvedinia is a band that kill it with merch, but locally in terms of merch, there's one band that I can think on Cape Town and a couple in Joburg that constantly have merch, and that's Peasant in Cape Town, who always have t-shirts around, and then Gallows, and like your bands like Red Heaven, they've always got merch. Merch is so important. Especially if you're selling your product, if you want people to hear your music, it's always nice to say, yeah, that's a nice band. Here's the t-shirt. Almost, make the t-shirt the bonus material, if you know what I mean. But I think, I don't know if I'm explaining myself too well, but all I'm saying is merch is very important. T-shirts, just caps. I know it sounds pricey, but the thing is, if you sell it, you can make money. So I'm just encouraging all the bands that are listening out there, take advantage, especially now. If restricted to the Cape Town area, you find a person in Joburg, for instance, say if I'm in a band, I'm going to be like, find a mate in Joburg where we can get the same merch printed at another screen printer or whatever the case may be. Pay him the cash, have a stash down here, and then distribute accordingly. Deliver it yourself. Something like that. I don't know. I've gone on in the merch thing. I just think merch is important, and I regret not capitalizing on that a long time ago. So, Ill System, we're going to do some merch ASAP, boys. All right. Shit, I went on with that whole SAMMA vibe and all that kind of stuff. But the very important part to note about the SAMMA stuff is that it's all for the love, baby. And it legitimizes our scene. So I'm going to see if we can get our boy on here. I wonder if he's been watching. And then we can close off. Look, make this... we're almost going in an hour anyway. So that's crazy. But yeah, so merch is important. We talked about live pre-recorded and all that kind of stuff. But now I just want to talk about odds and ends. One person who's doing some really cool shit, and unfortunately, he's a little incapacitated at the moment is Julian Emden. He guitarist for A-Linear and a couple of other bands. He's been doing this super cool Legends. I can't remember what it's called. I think we can watch one in a bit, where he does a bunch of South African music riffs. Let's see if we can actually pull it up now quickly. Because it's super cool, man. I think it's rad. Julian Emden. There we go. Ah, no, why didn't I do that on the YouTube? Let's see. Bear with me, guys. It's a live stream, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Here we go. Best South African Riffs Part 2. I'm gonna play here. Let's get it down here. Let's see. You guys hear that? And he's got the tab and all that kind of stuff going at the same time. Okay, let's see. We'll watch another one. So he's doing a series of these videos, and let's actually check his part 1. He's doing a series of these videos, and I just think it's so cool what he's doing. Such a cool initiative. Go check it out. Julian Emden. Oh, I haven't subscribed. Let's see part 1 quickly. Yo, this was a killer riff. Crazy. So I'm stoked that he's doing that kind of stuff. Please, Julian, if you're watching this, keep it up. Do what you're doing. Dude, it's just too much fun. It's just too much fun. All right. So I think we have a guest. I think let's see if we can try to do it. Oh, see Garrick Bennett in the chat. Top notch. Papa G, South Africa is truly blessed with the oh yes. Congratulations, Julian Emden, on the birth of your beautiful child. I wish you and your new family all the best. You are the man, and you're a proud daddy, and yeah, you're super cool, man. And you're doing really, really fantastic stuff. Keep it up. Always been a fan, to be honest with you. And then Leanne, Kenny, I miss shooting with my music fam. Yeah, dude, we're gonna get that stuff back. It's not gonna go away forever. Keep your lens clean. Keep your lens clean, because we're coming. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna get my little guest on here. He's always my conspiracy to my theory. He's always the jam to my peanut butter. He's the bolognese to my spaghetti. Give me another one.
To your yank.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, my partner in crime, Mr. J Rad. What's up, buddy? How you doing, my man?
What's up, brother?
Oh, you're also having a little bit of a whipski, hey?
Yeah, a little bit of a yipsies, bro.
Cheers. Well, let's cheers to the camera. Well, there we go. There we go. Cheers, my man. As people know that you're a staple character on this show, and you've been on the first episode, you've been on the 20th episode, the 10th episode, and many others. But you're on all, yeah, and you're on all the landmark episodes as well.
You know, I try and do my part, eh?
But at the end of the day, dude, I haven't seen you in about a month, and that is very unusual for us.
I know. It's almost a month. It's not quite a month yet. I think the last day we saw each other was the 27th.
Yeah. So it's almost a month. Don't you want to pull your mic a little bit closer to you, dude?
Tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what to do, bro. So basically, what I wanted to do is I didn't tell you what we were gonna do today on this segment of the podcast, having you on here. I didn't want to tell you. Well, I kind of did want to tell you, but I also didn't want to tell you. But we got super sidetracked with all the issues pertaining to the live stream. So you didn't actually end up hearing what I wanted to chat about. So yeah, so we got saying you are very soft, but I think we've sorted that out. Let me actually just check out these audio
I can turn
settings
myself
quickly.
up as well.
There we go. Please turn yourself up.
Yeah.
That'll be fantabulous.
Okay. There we go. Is that better?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Perfect. So the one thing I put in the thumbnail of the show, I mean, basically, let's start here. Today was a very difficult day for me because I was thinking about what I was going to do for the show. And eventually I just went, stuff it. It's been like this for over a month where I've wanted to do a show. I've had this new gear. How long have I had this new camera for? And all this new lighting.
Months.
And I've been fighting the urge to press record or to press stream because I've been dealing with all these other,
renovations and shit.
Yeah, just all that kind of stuff. So today it was just like D-Day. I have to put the link up. I have to do it. So what I did was I just said, I'm going to put up 5 topics and then I'm just going to flow.
Let's do it.
And that's what I've been doing so far. Hopefully so far so good. I know I've rambled, from time to time about certain things.
Only time to time, eh?
Oh shit. But look, I'm also consider the fact that it's nervousness.
No, totally.
All that shit being back. So once again, you're on another landmark episode of the show, the first of 2021.
Yeah, boy.
We have spoken at length, you and I, that you are going to be a permanent fixture on the show. So everybody needs to get used to seeing this face because he's like I said, he's the conspiracy to my theory. He's the spaghetti to my bolognese. And we've also got to get our hangs out so we can do actual live episodes. But the main thing I wanted to talk to you about is music. You're an engineer. You've also been affected. You were supposed to go on tour with Matthew Mole in December. First, let me tell the audience what your December was gonna be and what it ended up being.
So we were supposed to do at the end of every year, I think roughly around 15th of December, Matthew does a South African tour. So we do everything from Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg, then we do East London, and then everywhere in between. So we just drive up and down, backwards and forwards, and do all that. And Matt kept telling us that, okay, cool, there's stuff planned, there's dates booked, but we never heard proper dates or anything. And then eventually the booking agents got a hold of us and said, okay, cool, these are the potential dates. And I think the first shows were supposed to be Durban, then East London, and then like up, and then Knysna and all that. And then slowly but surely they just started falling by the wayside. And as it was supposed to happen, we were supposed to pick up more shows as we were going along. And Matt planned this whole thing where instead of just doing one show per city or whatever, he was going to do, because of the capacity, he was going to do 2 shows per night. And so that you could have the same amount of people basically, in one thing. and that just obviously fell through because the Garden Route was not a pretty place during COVID, during December.
Sure.
Then he was also trying to do a whole thing of play house parties just for like close friends, and you could come get him to come have a little jam, like acoustic session. But then, yeah, that all fell through. Every show just got cancelled. And then New Year's was our big one, which is always a big one, which was supposed to be playing with Good Luck in Plet. And I heard, obviously, everyone heard that Plet Rage was cancelled because of everything that happened in Belito. And then all of a sudden they clamped down on the Plet.
Just refresh my memory. What happened in Belito?
So Belito Rage was where all the young kids started testing positive. That's where the major affection started
like
hitting.
192 kids or something like that.
Yeah. So that's when all the infection rates started actually skyrocketing. So they had to shut the Belito Rage down, and then Plet Rage was trying to get around it. And I heard like so many stories about like how they were trying to make things work. And obviously they just got shut down. And then Good Luck, who every year in December, they stay in Plet and they put on a show at the Beacon Isle Hotel.
Yeah, they get lucky summer parties.
Yeah. So they do that every Sunday for the whole of December and a bit of Jan. And then on New Year's, they do a big one on the high school there in Plet, which we were supposed to play at. And yeah, we just heard that no, everything was shut down and no one had licenses. There's just no ways it was going to happen. So whole tour cancelled.
Shit, that's nuts, dude. I mean,
yeah,
to go through that as a musician, I can imagine, especially if you're earning money.
Yeah,
that is so heartbreaking. You know, at the end of the day. I mean, listen. Let's talk about the controversy. I mean, there have been other shows like the La Parada show that got a little bit of you know,
flack.
Okay, you know, at the end of the day, we're not going to beat around the bush. We're going to talk about, you know, what's actually happening in the world and stuff.
Yeah.
But I felt like, yes, there was COVID violations that were broken and stuff like that, and you could just see the extent of the video and whatnot. But did you see the public crucifixion that the artist got?
Yes,
that is, as far as I'm concerned,
insane.
That's not the artist's problem. The artist, you know, for me, if it was me, it would have been, my hands are tied in that situation. You've been booked for a gig and you want to go in there and put the best show on. That's the only thing a musician is thinking about at that moment in time. How does it sound? How do I sound in my monitoring?
Yeah.
And is there a good mix? The rest is out of the question for me. And I think a lot of the people who aren't musicians and who aren't artists in that regard don't even start to consider, shit, maybe the artist just wanted to make the best show that they could possible, and it's the venue that's more so responsible for the regulations.
Yeah, totally. I mean, so we did do a show, I can't even remember, jeez, it may have been September, October, I don't know, it was somewhere around there. And we did it was a Cape Town leg of his like little tour, and we played our first show, which was at Summerfest. And there must have been 200 people there, and the promoters were going, Matt, okay, seriously, you have to tell people they have to sit on the grass. I mean, it's all open door, which was great. People were spread out. You have to tell them they can't stand up, they can't come to the front of the stage, they have to wear their masks. But you know, you're at a wine farm, people are having a jaw, they're listening to music that they obviously paid money to come listen to, and as much as he told them, please guys, like, actually listen, you have to sit down, by the halfway through to close to the end of the set, people are standing up, security guards are trying to stop them, and there's just nothing you can do as an artist. And you trying to play your music, he's doing it as a living. And I know with Good Luck as well, I read Jules's response and her apology to that.
That was the first time anybody's mentioned the band.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll say it was Good Luck, fine. But I mean, they got flack, but I mean, working with them for 4 years or however long I worked with them. Jules, who's the front person of Good Luck, they said no one's going to do anything. Like, this is just you background music, and she will get people up and dancing. And this is what she said in her statements. She apologized, but she said also, it's like, I mean, she was just like doing what she does, and like, it's natural for her, and people are going to be energetic. And it's like, as you said, a lot more on the venue and also on the people. I mean, people were to blame. They were the ones taking off their masks. They were the ones jawling. And so sadly, they tried to put on some shows to try and do it safely, but people are going to be people, like we can see. I mean, our infection rates went up because people are being people.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is December time, and my entire December was... So, I mean, everybody's was thrown a curveball, but that was the next thing that I wanted to discuss, is like the power of social media. Like, the one thing that I did, I mean, I have installed it again now since I've got the show back up and running after 3 months, is it's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. So I decided to delete, over the entire December period, I deleted just Facebook. I didn't delete all social media. I just used Instagram mainly to, get my updates and whatnot. But to show the personal jabs and stuff like that, it's just crazy to see.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see what people are capable of on social media behind the keyboard.
Yeah, of course. People have voices, secret voices, where they feel like they can just say whatever they want. I mean, we all have seen it. I mean, besides COVID, people speak their mind because no one can really touch them behind their computer.
Yeah. Okay, well, onto a more positive note. I wanted to touch on that quickly because it's hard. I just wanted to express that, sometimes artists are mainly focused on their job at hand, and the rest is not their concern.
Yeah, totally.
Although, anyway, but music, brother. What music have you been listening to? What is the top of your list right now? And I'm gonna tell you mine. You know mine.
I know yours. So definitely, which I'm gonna say because you're gonna say it as well. No, I've just lost their name. Australian band.
No, you can't choose mine. You can't do mine.
Oh, well, I showed you that band, so I can claim it.
Oh, you did too, hey?
I did.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Make Them Suffer, who is
that's my
just
album
amazing.
Of the year.
Yeah,
How to
it is
Survive
amazing.
a Funeral.
That is amazing. But also, I found quite a few new bands. There's some band that I've hardly came up on my Spotify, which was called Abbey Falls. And I don't think they've even got an album out, but they've got a couple of EPs and a couple of singles, and they were pretty sick. I don't even know where they're from or anything, but they kind of blew my mind. And then I've kind of just stuck to my normal Lamb of God and everything else. Got to stick to
Lamb of God was my most played. Everybody does their. Okay, well let's talk about this. What was your Spotify wrap up?
To be honest, I actually didn't even look at it because I don't care. I just listen to the music.
I mean, listen. That's the power of social media as well. As everybody was looking at their wrap up. So what do I want to do? I want to be like, what do I want? So my most played song was Checkmate by Lamb of God.
Okay, yeah.
It was the first single that was released off the album. My top played band, no surprise. No surprise? Who?
Make Them Suffer?
No.
Oh, Lamb of God.
2020. No.
Oh, Parkway Drive, of course.
There we go.
Of course.
And that's another thing that I've been trying to break, this habit of, I'm a stickler for something that grabs me. I will kill it. I'll listen to it for months.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And then I'll find something else that'll just grab me for months, and then everybody else kind of gets shafted to the side, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know why. that's another thing, is that this show is more going to be an education, because I don't have the time and stuff like that. I would love to get up in and chat to people and whatnot, but I don't think this year I'm going to have the time to go and research the entire album and all that kind of jazz. So
there's also so much music out there that you just actually can't keep your finger on the pulse.
Yeah, but that's also another thing that I want to have everybody know, is that when I'm interviewing an artist now this year, it's an education for me. I'm asking questions because I'm genuinely intrigued, because I haven't been introduced to them formally yet, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
but it's the best way to do it. It's like chat to people. I mean, that's how I told you about Make Them Suffer. Josh sends me messages with songs all the time, and
I think Josh is on After the Burial pluck at the moment. What was that other? No, Born of Osiris is the
Born of
song
Osiris.
He's been sending me.
But I mean, it's like that's the way that you find music. It's interview people, chat to people, hear what they like, and if you have similar likings, you're gonna hear about new bands. I mean, I know Ramon sends you like crap ton of new bands, so it's good to have people that do that.
Speaking of Ramon, he actually did his own top 10. I'm gonna pull up. I'm not gonna pull his personal Facebook up on my page, but I'm gonna read from it, because there were a few albums in there that I actually need to go and listen to, and that I knew were there, but they didn't. I didn't know even existed, so to speak.
Yeah.
So first, he's saying, in no particular order, Deftones, Ohms. I haven't heard that album. Have you?
I'm not a Deftones fan, so no. I'm sorry, everyone that is. I just have to be blunt and honest.
I need to be very careful what I say, because my boys in the ill system, they love Deftones, and
I know.
I've never been a huge fan.
Well, now you just said it, so there we go.
Then In Heart's Wake, Kali Yuga, I think that's the pronunciation. Orbit Culture, Nija or Nija, Hearken, Virus, Igor, Spirituality and Distortion.
Igor.
I haven't heard. I know that one Igor song where they've got Cannibal Corpse dude in it.
Corpse Grinder.
George Fisher. Then Make Them Suffer. The Make Them Suffer earned. I'm gonna give this a like. Fever 333, Wrong Direction. I saw their live stream, it was pretty intense. Black Orchid Empire. Semaphore, or I don't know, Sophomore maybe. No. Alpha Wolf, A Quiet Place to Die, Sepultura, Lamb of God, and Polaris, Death of Me. So far I only know 1, 2, 3, literally 4 of those bands. So thanks, Ramon. I've got some work to do. I need to go listen to these bands. And
speaking of Ramon, I miss the breakdowns from Ramon as well.
Well, you need to send me some breakdowns, then we can have some breakdowns with Ramon. But yeah, dude, listen, I just wanted to chat some music with you. We both agree, for me, Make Them Suffer, dude.
Dude, epic.
Album of the year for me. For sure. And it was a late bloomer. We only picked it up like the last couple of months of the year. So,
well, you did. Haha.
Yeah, I did. But it came out 2020, yeah?
Oh, that album, yes, but they've been going for years.
No, well, I mean, I never even knew about them. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, brother. Thank you so much. Obviously, we know that you're going to be a permanent fixture on the show. So I look forward to we're going to do some beer tasting. We're going to taste some funky shit. And we're gonna make the show a little bit more exciting for small uploads and stuff like that, little videos, and we've still got to get our heads around it and how we're gonna do it, but it's gonna be fun. But lots of fun to be had this year, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna sign you off, and then a couple of press releases to go, and then that's the first one done, baby. Cheers, one done. Let's go. Cheers. Cheers to 2021. I know it hasn't started on the best of notes. We knew what we were in for, so it's basically how hard you're gonna take it. So be safe, dude. Hopefully I can see you in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah, bro.
Chat you later.
Yeah. Sweet, bro.
And well done for
Peace.
coming back, bro.
Thanks,
It's
brother.
epic.
I appreciate it. Sweet, bro.
Cheers.
That was my Jared Ronenberg, Jared's World, my homie from my brother from another mother. All right, so we're going to go through a couple of press releases that I've missed from the Papa G's House inbox. Going to give these guys a mention, and then hopefully we're going to get these guys into a podcast. All right, let's see. Born of Osiris, yes. Ghost outside, and. All right, couple of things that we've missed. A Nameless Dread South Africa Extreme debut album that was released on the 31st of October. Go check that out. Chaos Doctrine, they enlist in the Demether Grail from Russian folk metal. On the 30th of October. That came out on the 30th of October. Media release. Modern Day Illusion, Truth Decayed, is out now. The Fistmits release Before the Hindsight. South African rockers Fourth Son South release The Sounds Around Your Head. Go check that out. Opposing Direction, the official music video for Truth Decayed. Future Radio, DOI, was released on the 21st of November. Contact Library for Pajama Planet Studios is coming or has been released. I think it has been released. Go check out Chaos Doctrine's Father Grigori video. We've already featured that, but it's a great song and a great video. Forsaking Fate release a lyrical visualizer for Souls of Demolition. Go check it out. The Color Blue released a lyric video on, I think it's 10/4/46. Then Pajama Planet, Friday 22 January, they're getting their new single out, Storm the Gates. That should be a fun one. And then Future Radio will be releasing a song on Friday the 15th of January called Stand Up and Fight. Hell to the yeah. So guys, please check that out. Thanks to Devo, Warren Gibson, and all the guys in public relations who feed me this information. You guys are the best. Shout out Devo, shout out Plug, shout out Mongrel, shout out all the bands. Seriously, if there's any advice that I can give you as a individual that is kind of half in this and half in that, just keep going. I know I struggle myself to keep going and do the things that, don't necessarily earn me money or anything like that. That's a big factor. Money makes the world go round, unfortunately. But you got to keep going. If it's something that you enjoy, if it's something that you love, don't stop doing it, because you're always going to wonder, what if? So that's going to be my parting words for this evening. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. It's been a little bit different in terms of the previous shows. I hope you found it entertaining. If you did, Papa G's House on Instagram, Papa G's House podcast on Facebook, Twitter. Everything from my Instagram goes to Facebook and Twitter. So essentially follow me at Papa G's House on Instagram. Like the Facebook page for the updates for the links, because that's pretty much where they go. If you want to be on time, check out Facebook, check out Instagram for other stuff, and the links will be in the bio as well. But if you want to be on time to see the show, check out Facebook. That's where I release the links every day. But with that being said, it's been a fantastic episode. Thank you guys so much for accepting me back into your lives. I really appreciate it. I know it's only been 3 months, but it feels like an eternity. There's some new gear, some new fresh vibes, some new energy. So It is what it is. Papa G's house is back, baby. Thanks, Trev. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Ripping Flesh. Love the background. Thank you. Please keep listening. I'll keep going. Until then, this is Papa G's house. Episode 68. Oh my God, it feels so good to say. Until then, we say peace.